warm welcome. Thank you for tuning into our virtual event discussing equity trading in Europe. What does the European trading landscape look like today, and how has this changed over the past decade?
We've seen a drop-off in the number of IPOs coming into the European market. I think it's well documented, the increase in US listings, particularly around the tech stocks.
Can you compare the European landscape to that of the US, which is the largest trading market globally and probably the most streamlined?
The European equity trading landscape is much more complex than the US. We have the number of venues in Europe. So if you have 18 CCPs as opposed to just one in the US, listing venues are multiple times. But also we don't have things like a consolidated tape. So the harmonization of pre-trade information and the analysis of post-trade execution details are not so accessible. So it does make the whole landscape somewhat more complex.
Ed, can you talk a little bit about how regulations have shaped the ecosystem that we have today?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we think about the last 15 years, Europe in particular has undergone a lot of regulatory change. We've also faced a number of exogenous shocks into the system. So there's a lot of moving parts, some of which are global and certainly have impacted on global volumes and the global rate of IPOs as well. So it's not just a European phenomena, but within Europe, there's been the additional regulatory change, which has spawned effectively a whole host of innovation.
Tony, do you have a positive takeaway?
We're trying to keep the ecosystem of our order books as healthy and diverse as possible so that we keep spreads as tight as possible and so on. But also I think it's the product range that we offer. How can we bring new ideas, products, services to the end investor that gives them the opportunity to invest in something different?